straight out of the T-Dot.
That's what it is.
Live from the 6 boroughs.
Don't go nowhere.
For sure. Welcome to Standing in the 6 with your hosts, Michael and Constantine.
Hey, today's episode, boys and girls, is brought to you by Sangsters, straight from Jamaica. This bottle here that we have is rum and raisin. We're going to be going into it later on today. Now, Miguel, let's start off while Mike is fiddling with the cameras. How did you end up going to Jamaica during COVID?
It's you really want to know?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yo.
No, it's crazy, bro. First thing I did, I went on Expedia. Okay? I looked up for a good deal.
Okay.
Then I booked it.
Okay.
Right? Then we drove to the airport,
Okay. Whoa.
got on a plane,
Wow.
and went.
It went.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what's crazy?
Never heard of that
is-
process
Is when I heard that you went, two things happened. The first thing that happened was like, is this guy crazy? But then I said, I envy this guy because I want to be in Jamaica. And the one thing I'll say is that what you did, many people are doing. If there's going to be a lockdown, I might as well spend it on the beach.
Get out of here. So you're not the only person that said that. Said, how did you go to Jamaica during COVID?
Yes.
Everyone was telling me, like when they saw my Instagram, where, yo, how'd you do it? And I just told them the same thing. I booked the flight and I left. I don't understand. There's no.
So do you know what this means? It shows you just how the world, or let's just talk about it, Canadians. I've honestly experienced that as well. How did that happen? It was like, is that even possible? Can you do that? Well, obviously you can. You know what I mean? And I
Listen.
Yeah.
As our good friend Serbio,
Yeah. Who's that?
you know what that is?
No.
Serbio.
That's his social.
Okay.
Serbio. You know what Serbio?
No.
Stefan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't follow him.
Okay. He always says, turn off Western propaganda and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll tell you what's
But
crazy.
he's like, where is he? He's like in Venezuela or something.
Well, I wanted to say about like what you did. Obviously, was completely legal. So for anybody listening, for the 104 people listening, what you did was completely legal.
Yes.
But what I'm finding that's so funny in all this is that everybody is kind of finding ways to get around some of these silly things that are being put in place. For example, you both, Miguel and Mike, are actors.
Yes.
Both of you guys are in the acting scene. And what a lot of people don't know...
And you're in the middle of an acting
Yeah,
sandwich.
exactly. Oh my goodness. That's what that feels like. What a lot of people don't understand is this, that all these rules of lockdown have not been applicable to the film industry.
That's right.
There's films that are still filming right now, and a lot of people don't know that. So we're about to break something potentially here. But here's what's happening. People are finding ways and loopholes. So I read this morning that there's a barbershop in Scarborough
That's right.
that basically says, come to our shop, get auditioned to get a haircut.
That's right.
And from there, we will potentially, make a production out of it. So they are creating a production
Look
haircut.
at my story.
Okay, hold on.
There
There it is.
Read it
There
out
it is.
loud.
Read it,
There.
read it,
Read
Miguel.
it?
Read it.
I got my glasses on.
An Ontario barbershop turned itself into a film studio so it could keep giving haircuts. They achieved this by allowing clients to audition in a haircut experience.
Okay.
And I wrote finessed.
Exactly. And I thought about this morning, as soon as I read that, I was like,
audition in a
Listen,
haircut
at the end of the
experience.
day, sorry, go ahead.
no, but as soon as I read that this morning, I'm like, this is brilliant.
Yes,
Because they found the loophole.
that's right.
And I'm thinking somebody else is going to look at that and be like, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I be that store that does nails? And then suddenly I'm selling oranges in my nail shop. Now I'm a supermarket.
Now
You
you're
know that-
essential.
You know the word brilliant is 6 letters away from the word negligent.
Ooh, here
Okay,
comes the...
okay.
Someone
Here
count.
comes
Someone count the letters.
The COVID police. The COVID police are coming.
Oh, we got one of those.
Look, first of all,
I'm just
I
saying.
wanted to say, by no means am I being negligent of COVID. It's
No.
extremely serious. But I just thought
Well,
this is...
I detect a flippant tone within.
No, I'm just... To me, you have to... You know what? In these times of destruction, you have to find some humor, or else you'll be.
It's called the new normal, bro.
Yeah.
Call it the new normal,
Yeah.
okay? Of destruction. Talk about making people stressed and anxious.
Listen,
It's the
Yeah.
new normal.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about people that are having mental health breakdowns and.
That's why. But when you say times of destruction, you're,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
you're,
yeah.
You're perpetuating
Listen,
that.
we're back. It's prohibition. It's back in the 20s, and you just have to find ways to make things happen.
So you agree with
Knock, 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 knock. What's the password?
So do you agree with the fact that you have film sets, actor Miguel, actor Mike, that are able to shoot Titans and all these shows?
Speaking
Miguel,
of Titans, I have an audition for Titans. Mike, you want to help me?
Oh,
Hold on,
yeah,
I
let's
just
do
got
it.
it.
Let's
Hold
do it
on.
right now.
You did Disney, a Disney
Yes.
show the other day. Am I allowed to say that?
You're gonna love this. You want to know who just sent me a message on WhatsApp?
Who? Mona?
You might love this too. Who?
Mona?
Shout out Mona. Okay, that was your guess.
Okay.
But take one more guess. Your wildest guess ever. Who sent me a message right now?
On Instagram,
On WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp.
Just think the most out of. Don't think in the box. Don't be like, I don't know, Anthony McLean. Like,
Okay.
like someone that
Reach deep.
reached deep.
Like what I know them.
You know them. We know. Think back of all our like what the fat, like those days, like those randoms. Remember when you
Oh
said
my
what the
good.
fat?
Yeah, yeah.
Like guys like that. Like think of like just anyone who's crossed our paths.
Jason Goldsby.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Sanjeev.
Oh my
my
goodness.
Do you know
Goodness.
Sanjeev?
No.
Yes. I don't think you want to know who
Look,
he
he
is.
just sent me a message. That's Sanjeev.
Is that the
Yes.
coconut
No,
owner?
no, he's a good guy.
Sanjeev. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's living in Colombia.
You're joking.
I swear.
Wow.
Anyways,
Wow.
it just came in. I just had to share that because
Okay.
you know Sanjeev very well.
That's
Okay.
funny.
You remember when we went to the?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Tell stories
How
about
did
because
you-
what are people? What are,
There's too much inside
what do
inside
you-
information
Sorry,
right now.
sorry.
He's getting overwhelmed
Yeah.
by the
Okay, let's
intel.
come back to Sanjeev. What were you saying? COVID?
Well, what I'm saying
Film
is,
sets.
yeah, as actors, do you think it's right that film sets should be opened and everything is not? And if it, explain why.
Okay, me first or you?
Go ahead. He asked
Okay,
you. His
so-
chair was turned towards you.
So I'm a politician, right? So
Yes.
I know how to play both sides.
Okay.
So
It's called being Trinidadian.
on what exactly? Everything in twos,
All right.
right?
Left,
So every left,
right,
Okay, well,
left,
everything. Look, everything in twos.
down.
Yes.
Left,
You're right.
north.
South. Okay.
black.
White.
Up.
Okay. I get it down. I
Okay.
get
In.
it.
It's
I get
everything
it
in
out.
twos.
I get it.
So this hand,
Yes.
I don't think it's right at all.
Okay.
Because why I actually asked that
Yes.
because I had a guy here, Giancarlo,
Mm-hmm.
filming Man from Toronto,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
and it didn't hit me.
Man from Toronto. Just if anyone doesn't know, it's not anyone from. It's not a rap thing. It's literally a movie from I think the '60s.
You know what's funny?
They're remaking it, and it's starring Kevin Hart. It's a comedy with Kevin
Yes.
Hart. Woody
And
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they see it and realize that.
Because it's a
Because I've
setup.
spoken to a lot of people, and they're like, "Yo, I can't wait to see it, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, fam,
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Yo,
see. Yo, they
mans.
made a movie about us. A
And
man from Toronto.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It has nothing to do with that.
It has nothing to do with Toronto.
No. Yeah, no, right?
No, it takes place in New York, but the guy, the bad guy in it,
Is from Toronto.
he's known as the man from Toronto.
But the way it's,
okay.
especially with
But
Toronto
they don't-
slang
they,
now.
see,
Yo,
they don't know. They don't
yo,
know
man.
the current reference. So
Yes.
it's,
That's
because it's an
right.
old movie, which
Right.
if you look it up, I swear
Oh,
it's in
really?
the 60s. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. He told me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no CN Tower shots. There's no
Whatever.
Roger Center
They
shots.
got me. They got me. I thought they
That
were
doesn't
making.
matter.
When I heard Kevin Hart, man from Toronto, Kevin
Yeah.
Hart's friends with Drake, I thought they were making like a thing like, yo, a man from Toronto, like a man from Toronto. But it's not anything to do with Toronto slang. Yeah,
That's cray.
none of that stuff.
That's cray.
It's just man. And
Yeah.
CN Tower shots doesn't mean anything. Short Circuit 2 is full of the CN Tower. Have you seen that movie?
It is?
Yes.
It's almost like
Short circuits.
I think every third shot, the CN Tower just happens to be in
Oh,
there.
really?
And
Yeah.
they never say it's supposed to be Chicago.
Okay, listen. Listen.
Man from Toronto, 1933.
Wow.
So it's an
Wow.
old remake. It's a remake.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's interesting.
1933, and then there's another one here called
You know what?
Fat Chicks from Toronto in 2009.
Oh my God.
What's good?
Okay, listen. We need someone here to like rein us in because we're gonna keep going off.
No,
Okay.
no.
We're film
For
film
what?
set.
Rain us
Yeah.
for what?
No,
Film
because
sets.
because I
Why,
want.
for
I
the
don't.
CRTC?
I don't
Yo,
want.
relax.
Listen,
Relax.
listen, COVID police.
Relax, okay?
I don't want to have a bunch of open
Yes.
tabs.
So back to why is it? You said one hand.
So
you agree
one
that they
hand-
should not.
So, I was telling Matt from Toronto.
yeah.
So, Giancarlo's here, right?
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's here.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's here
Yeah.
shooting a film.
Now
Okay.
let's stop at Woody for example. You played some ball with him recently, didn't you?
Rabbit trail again. Let's open another tab. Yes, we played ball with Woody Harrelson.
No,
it
is he
was
good?
amazing.
Because apparently in White Man Can't Jump, obviously he plays a guy that can play. I actually heard he can play.
He's very good.
Really?
He's old
yeah,
now.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
The moves he does in White Man Can't Jump, you can't fake that. It's
No,
not. It's not like Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf, where
Yeah.
he's at the free throw line and then it's a cut
Yeah.
and then he's dunking it with
Okay.
both arms in the rim.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
he can play. You can tell he knows how to move. He knows how to play.
Okay.
He's great. He's
Okay.
older,
Okay.
but he's
What's his move? Like, what's his game? Is he a passer, a shooter?
He
would-
shoots.
I
He
was
shoots.
thinking he was a shooter.
he's
probably.
got a nice.
Why? Because he's
He's white.
Wow.
wow. So he actually said it.
Listen, he's got a nice little mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
Hey, the mid-range game,
He's smart,
which is
Let me tell
growing
you something.
extinct.
Yeah.
He's smart,
Yeah.
right? He's smart. One thing about him though, he's extremely encouraging. So one thing we noticed. So Dwayne, who you
Yeah.
guys know, Dwayne was also at the run.
Yes.
Later in the week, where Dwayne goes, did you notice that Woody knew every single person's name on the court on both teams?
No
And
way.
he did, yeah. Like very early on.
Yes.
I go to runs. I don't know guys' names still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I say, yo.
After 20 years, it's just like
This guy, he knew everyone's names. He was encouraged. Like he's just like he encouraged everyone if they made a shot. That's what I like. He's like you know what? He's like coach.
Do you think
like
he's doing that to like kind of make up for his
Lack of-
playing? Just trying to be like fit. Oh my, this guy's really nice. I mean, he's not that great, but he's really nice. Do you think maybe people might say that?
no, it's him. He's the older guy. He was like player coach.
Oh, that's nice, man.
But it's funny you say that
that's
because I
pretty,
play ball.
that's pretty pessimistic.
No, but it's real because
Insane.
I play ball with a lot of younger guys and I
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
I got to find other ways to be
Yeah.
to
be a-
contribute.
to be a
Yeah.
contributor.
To be a
Yeah.
contributor.
To
Yeah, the father on the court. Yeah.
But he can't
Good
keep
job.
up with us, but man, he's really
Yeah,
he
you
really
you do a lot of clapping.
he really
Okay.
You do a lot of clapping.
a lot of talking.
And if a guy gets slammed on, you do like, oh.
Okay. So let's go backwards now.
So they're
to go forward.
Yes.
they're all here,
Yes.
right? They're filming.
Yeah.
Now, what I didn't say is prior to them, this whole thing happening with Giancarlo and Woody and all that, I was talking to a music guy that I deal with in Colombia, who wants to come here.
Okay.
And we're like frustrated because it can't happen because Canada's borders are closed. So there's an immigration lawyer that I deal with, and she's like, no, can't do it. She's giving me all these, you know what? I can even read you the message. You know, someone's had a death in the family. They couldn't come and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. Like, this sucks. Halfway through, I'm like, wait a second. How are you here? To Giancarlo and
Right,
Woody and Ken,
right, right.
our borders are closed. You're not
Yes.
supposed to be here right now.
Yes. Yes.
So I reach out to Ali, who's a producer, right? Shout out Ali Meshayeki.
Okay.
And I said, Ali, how are these people here? And he's like, oh, film is considered essential or something. And
Yes.
he had the what do you
Yeah.
call it? The section code and 2
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, film industry is essential. That's very interesting.
But
So I don't I don't agree with it.
yeah.
If the film industry can run, why can't this? Do you know how many people on my set? We were supposed to wrap the Disney set, the movie.
Yes.
We were supposed to wrap
And
December.
rap, for those that don't know, WRAP, it means to
finish,
finalize,
to
yeah,
complete.
finish.
To complete. Yes.
That movie was supposed to finish. Listen to this story, bro. This movie was supposed to finish on December 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
My last shoot date was December 18th.
Okay.
I booked a role on Titans 2
Okay.
weeks, like mid-December.
Yeah.
Out of
Easy on the, yeah. Remember?
the out of the. Remember, you guys
No,
have to talk about.
yeah.
Mike, as
you
he's
sound,
talking-
you sound like a hype man right
Mike,
now.
as he's talking,
Yeah.
Mike, as he's talking, my ADD is kicking in. Are we recording this?
I don't know.
Can you just double check and
Yeah,
see if the
this
recording?
kid.
We've done this how many times?
I've seen it. I've seen you. Do
Hey,
this.
folks,
yeah.
everyone knows this.
Yeah. It should be recording. It's my biggest fear. And I'll
good
tell you
fear
why
to
it's my
have.
biggest fear. Because our friend Miguel here, what did he do the other day? Well, who knows Chris Boucher? Chris Boucher is a Raptors. And Miguel was doing an interview with him. Am I allowed to say this?
Sure.
He was doing an interview with him one-on-one in a beautiful setting. And guess what Miguel and his Thule
Exactly. Great.
Skippy
Perfect
sound
term.
guy did. He
Perfect
didn't
place.
record the audio, and now that interview's gone.
Oh, my goodness.
Which brings us to the point that this interview actually happened. And that is where the question lies.
What does it mean when someone is a Raptors?
A Toronto Raptors.
You said Chris Boucher is a Raptors.
Is a Toronto Raptor.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Just making
So,
sure.
Okay.
so
Go ahead.
anyways,
Yeah.
so I book a role on Titans.
Yes.
Right? Did I tell you this, Mike?
No, I didn't know.
So I book a role on Titans like early December.
Yes.
Yeah, so happy, blah, blah, blah. Right? out of the 365 days in the year, I'm shooting on December 18th, which is my last shoot day for the Disney movie. I'm like, okay. So we're like, oh, is there any way? No. So
There's always a conflict. Miguel is notorious.
that always happens.
He always gets a conflict.
Why is there a conflict? This
Right.
365, like,
I don't know how Will Smith filmed 3 movies at once. They make provision.
I'll tell you why. His name's Will Smith.
Exactly.
So listen, so we turned down Titans. I had to turn it down.
Oh man.
I'm like this. Anyways, I wake up.
Did you have a
6
name?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I have a 6 o'clock call time on the 18th for the Disney film. Wake up 5 o'clock, get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get there, go home. Someone tested positive. Shut down. No! I'm like, I could have shot Titans, but how? There's no way to plan that, right? Or to know that. So I got paid, obviously.
There's a bigger, better role on Titans destined
Exactly.
for you.
By the way,
Receive
speaking
it.
of Titans, just recently I found out that a $27,000 crane got stolen from the set of Titans, and it happened right in front of security. Interesting.
How on earth do you steal a crane?
Really?
$27,000 crane. I saw it because I'm on part of the I'm actually on part of the coronavirus film set group. IAXA? Is it IAXA?
Are you the IATSE?
IATSE, yeah.
You're the Corona Police?
No, I'm part of that group. I don't know why I follow that group, but I just follow that group, and I just saw the
Well,
announcement.
because you own a security company.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get in. Yeah, but I saw that. So Titans also could have probably stopped shooting because
They took-
a $27,000 crane, which, by the way,
Look,
was
it's
in
possible.
a massive vehicle. Yeah.
That's like you can kind of take anything from anywhere on a set.
But anyways, back to the rabbit trail.
So yeah, so I've turned it. We turned that down.
Yeah.
So someone tested positive on set. Boom, shut down the whole set. Everyone go
But
home.
you still get paid.
Everybody gets paid. Everybody
Yeah.
go home.
Yes.
So I go back home. I go to sleep. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next shoot date's the 20th.
Of December.
Yes.
Okay.
They're wrapping. This is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Night before, shut down. Someone else tested positive. So my fear, they shut the whole thing down.
And they did.
They shut the whole set down for
Right.
the holidays.
Okay.
Which for them, now think about it. They have a ton of American actors. They were all upset because they were planning on going back home.
Right.
Now they can't go home.
Oh
14
man.
So
days
all the
quarantine.
leads,
Yeah.
They needed to wrap
they
before
had
the
to
holidays.
stay here.
No
But they're
for
getting-
Christmas.
But they're getting paid.
Of course.
Yeah.
But still, like
Boo-hoo.
like the lead.
Yeah.
So what I loved about this set was it was a predominantly black cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the hair and makeup were like, well, the hair at least was like all black,
Okay.
right? The lead hair lady was from Chicago.
Yes.
They flew her in. She was like, man, I haven't seen my grandkid. Like, she had to stay here for the whole holidays. So when we came back in the new year and I just finished filming, I was talking to her. I was like, so how's the holidays? She's like, well, I was stuck here. I'm like, you didn't go home? She's like, no. Because if they come back, they all have to quarantine for 14 days.
Right.
So they said, keep them here. So they all had to stay here.
Interesting.
All the cast,
That
all the
sucks.
American cast and crew.
Wow. Wow.
So what I'm trying to say is, COVID, they're getting like, yes, it should be shut. If the small business, here we go. Let's rile up the masses.
There you go.
If the small little business who has 3-4 people coming in throughout, they're doing their can't open, then why should this film set that has a whole bunch of people are testing positive like crazy,
Yes.
be able to function?
Right.
So no, I don't think it should happen.
Okay.
The other hand, yes, I think it should happen, but I also think everything else should happen.
Okay. How about you, actor number 2?
Look how long that took,
see
man. We
them.
got to be
Yeah.
careful, man.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Act number
true.
2. See the name?
Yeah.
I'd say. I didn't know it was deemed essential. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because of money, right? It's
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
why.
So let's go deeper in the conspiracy.
Yeah.
So that's why it's essential, because
Yeah.
the amount of money that it's bringing
Which
in.
is U.S. money.
But you, little Tim's Baker, you're not bringing any money. Who cares about you?
Yeah.
But this is bringing in a ton of money, so we are going to make it essential.
Right.
It's wrong.
Right.
Listen, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I think conspiracy guys are weird.
Yes.
However,
I know a few of them.
me too.
Yeah.
however, I do think there's something up. You can't deny that. There's something's going on. Something's up. Is COVID real? 100%. 150%. Let's go sad. Cue the violins. I
Yeah.
just had a funeral of my first virtual funeral. I experienced it. You probably even know. My mom's first cousin. My mom's first cousin, she died.
Really?
Because of COVID?
Because of COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to make it even more sad? Her husband, so you've seen these people. They've been at Uncle Jules barbecue all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband is Uncle Russell. He always has a McDonald's
Yeah,
Happy Meal
yeah.
cup with
Yeah.
rum in it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
he doesn't even know because he's in a coma.
Oh my goodness.
His wife died, did the funeral, all that happened. He has no clue. He's going to wake up to your wife's dead.
Oh my goodness.
Is COVID real? 100%. Yes.
Is he in a coma because of COVID?
Yeah, but again, they had health problems and stuff like that, and so he had it, and then he got pneumonia from it, and so they induced coma. He's getting better, I think. That's what they said.
You know
Oh, my
how
goodness.
I think maybe we can end the COVID conversation, but I think COVID talk is really becoming a very sensitive talk issue. I mean,
Of course.
I'll give an example. Like, I don't want to go into the specifics, but I and Lorraine are always kind of challenging each other with information. And she's always saying, you're looking at everything from a business. I'm looking at everything from the other side, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll say,
As a member of the community.
yeah,
Yeah.
And for the sanctity of the marriage and to have a great relationship, I'm like, all right, cool. And I just want to end the conversation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what you just said right now, I think, look, I'm going to say this. The government to Sentinel, if it wasn't for the government, we would have disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay? So for me, I'm going to do this as my 2-minute spot right now to let them know I'm thankful for what they've done. Okay?
Yeah.
But I know that that cannot apply to all businesses. So
Yeah.
but I hurt for the other businesses because I understand what they're going through. But it's a sensitive topic. So when they say don't talk about religion or politics just because of where it can go,
This is in that category.
literally it's falling in that
For sure.
category right
Yeah,
now because
absolutely.
it's so
It's
divided.
torn, it's torn people apart.
Yeah.
Neighbors are ratting neighbors out.
Yeah.
I've seen experiences of it. It's because everyone has their own views, and
Yes.
it's, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I so I experienced COVID.
What does that mean?
Like I just told you.
So you were
Funeral.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if anything happened. Like when you say experienced it, like did you have like a reaction to it or anything, or just
I had COVID.
you had COVID?
Yes.
Did you have a reaction to it?
Yeah. What I mean is, I was
Turn
trying
your
to
mic
bait
toward
him.
me. Keep turning it toward
Yeah.
me, and then it will lock in better. Yeah.
I was
And
trying
then just lower it.
I was trying to bait him, but
Did you have a
I'll say it.
reaction?
Bro, I have no problem saying it.
did you?
You
I
said
had
like it's a
COVID.
rash.
Okay. And
So this is how look, this may be irresponsible, like
Yes.
people say. The way I do things is so honestly, I didn't even know we were in a lockdown
right.
because so I do not watch the news. Like I know people say, "Oh, I don't watch TV. I don't watch it." No, like I literally do not watch the news.
Okay.
Not allowed on. If we go into a restaurant, Tim, and they always have a TV screen, it's always on CP24.
Yeah.
My kids know we're not allowed to watch the news.
Okay.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
I check the news. I don't watch it.
Yes.
Difference. So I don't know when things are happening. I don't know when there's a lockdown, and I'm kind of
Snowstorm.
stuff like that. You know,
So you're off the grid in the city.
yeah, I stay. I try to do that on purpose because I just try to I just want to live.
Yeah.
I just want to live.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know when there's a lockdown or
Yeah.
what's happening or what rules or anything like that. I just kind of keep going. Some people say that's irresponsible. Maybe it is. I don't know. But here's the other thing. So because I don't watch the news, I can't gauge any numbers.
Yes.
So how I build my conclusions is based on my own experiences.
Okay.
So here's my experience. I had COVID. My mom had COVID. My wife had COVID. My kids had COVID. My brother had COVID. My nephew had COVID. My sister
Wow.
had COVID. My aunt had COVID who just passed away. Her husband had COVID. So now there's 10 people, 1 death, 1 severely ill,
Yeah.
8 perfectly fine people.
Would you be part of that 8?
I'm perfect. I'm part of the 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I had COVID. I slept for 5 days and I was great. Read a bunch of books.
Yeah.
Watched a bunch of Netflix. It was an amazing. I'm very sensitive to this.
Yes.
But see, I could speak on it because I had a close death in the family.
Right.
So I'm allowed.
Right.
I have a pass.
Okay.
Because some people say, "Oh, you don't know what my experience." I know your experience because I just dealt with it.
Yeah.
So I can speak on this.
Okay.
My experience, and I say this very cautiously, was
Yes.
positive.
Okay.
It was restful.
Yes.
I was tired,
Yes.
and what was my other symptom? Weak.
Okay.
I was very weak. I was like, "Oh, I just need to." So I slept. It was great.
Right.
I stayed in bed for literally 5 days. Did not leave my bedroom for 5 days.
Okay.
I read, watched Netflix, and wrote things down and planned the next phase of my life. It was great.
Okay.
Sandra,
That's a glass half full approach. man.
Sandra, you know what she did? Ran 10 kilometers every single night. She was positive for COVID. She was running 10K every night. Didn't skip a beat. Her symptoms, little stuffy nose, lost taste for about 3 days. My mom, severe aches and pains in her body, bad cough. My older brother, bad cough, like it sounded like he was going to die. My kids, Dad, why am I here? Can I go to school? I'm fine. Playing basketball outside in our driveway every day.
Right.
So based on my experience,
Yes.
you know, out of 10 cases, 1 death, 1 pretty bad. So that's how I gauge.
Okay.
I don't look at CNN. Look, numbers. Nope, my numbers are good, so it's not that bad. That's how. And again, that's my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I've had this conversation with some guys I play ball with. They're like, Miguel, you don't understand. I know a guy I deal business with in sales in New Zealand. He got it. He died, healthy, perfect. I go, okay, but I don't want to hear that. I'm just going to look at my experiences.
Okay.
And my experiences is that it. And there's more, right? I just gave you 10. I know about 50 people that had COVID. Probably more.
I probably don't even know. I mean, after you told me now, I probably increased my numbers, but I probably don't know personal people. 5. More like 5 that have gotten that have COVID. Like, I'm just like, that's like, and that's me, like, you know, probing every day. I mean, that's like.
And what's their situations?
Tired. Same thing as you. Tired.
Okay, so they're just so now I just did some more research. I'm up to 15. So my if I'm a gambling man, I'm going to go to Jamaica.
Okay.
You know how many not hate, but like, see, our demographic, especially mine, because I'm in the coaching world.
Yes.
I'm surrounded by like you know, middle-aged parents with
Responsible
kids,
parents.
responsible,
Yeah.
suburban, like, you know,
Responsible,
they
routine.
were all like routine, 2-car garage, you know, a mortgage, you know, they're you know, kids in one sport, this kid's doing dance,
Yeah.
they're living their life.
Yeah.
And they all
Okay.
take mathnasium after school. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they got a cottage, you know, something like that. They were all like, Miguel, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? And I played it like that. What do you mean? Like, you're traveling? I'm like, yeah, like, I don't. So it's just so, but
yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
All those same people,
Mm.
they watch the news, man.
Yeah.
They watch the news.
Yeah.
So of course, listen, you cannot. Why do we tell our kids not to listen to bad music? Because it'll influence you. So it's the same thing. That's why you check the news. You don't watch it. If you're glued, whatever they say is going to affect you.
So
We had a conversation last night. Montreal.
Yeah.
I got to go to Montreal. I have to go. They're in curfew,
Yeah, I know.
bro.
They have the sirens going off.
They have sirens going
purge,
off.
The
What do you
purge.
mean?
It's the
sirens.
purge.
Like the war sirens.
All
Like
over the
diary-
streets. It's scary.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the streets are quiet.
Yeah.
So I was on a call with 2 guys FaceTime last night from Montreal. They're like, Miguel, it's serious. It's real. 8 p.m., can't be outside. Right? I'm going to go to Montreal. I'm not going to be outside after 8, but I got to go. Why would you go? Because I got to go.
When you planning on going like soon?
Like tomorrow maybe. Like I'm just going to go.
What would be your route if you were taking it down there?
401 East.
What else you gonna do? You can get a boat on Lake Ontario.
401 East.
Yeah.
So anyways, I mean, look. When this happened a year ago, because it's a year now, almost, we're all in it together. Everyone did their thing. Everyone stayed home. Can't do it anymore, man. I'm still gonna. Doesn't mean I'm not irresponsible. I still wear a mask. I'm not. You're not gonna see me at Yonge and Dundas getting spit on and beat up by cops. I'm gonna wear a mask. I'm gonna limit my travels or my like going out and stuff like that. But I gotta work. I gotta make things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last thing I'll say on this, I'm not going to mention any names
Okay.
because I don't want to bring attention to anyone.
Yeah.
So my son,
Yes.
guess where he's going tonight at 4:30?
Basketball.
Basketball practice.
Okay.
Not undercover.
Yeah.
Not go now. Get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open door, because they had 2 bylaw officers there last week. They put on a sales pitch, and their facility was deemed approved as high performance training. Now, when they gave their pitch, I'm sure they highlighted their 50 players they've sent to the NCAA and their 2 that's playing in the NBA. And right, I'm sure they didn't show like Leandro and his 11-year-old kids practicing drills.
Yes.
But their thing got approved, and there's full out practices.
See, this
happening.
is the thing that is massively confusing me. There was a place, I think it's somewhere in Europe. They actually did their first, like, thank God COVID's over, 0 numbers, massive
Concert.
outdoor concert.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm
Oh, I
talking.
never heard
I'm
about
not
this.
talking about the concert where people are spaced out 6 feet
Mike, it
apart.
was like a festival concert.
Festival.
Like a Coachella. Like
Yes.
Where? What was this?
I can't remember
was
where
it
it
New
is.
Zealand, I think?
So maybe New Zealand. Maybe it is New Zealand. And they've had
You
zero.
know a lot about this stuff.
They've
For a
had
guy who doesn't watch the news.
I know.
I don't know any of this
Music.
stuff.
Zero.
Yeah. Oh, I
It's
see.
'cause there's a
Zero
music thing.
cases. Let's just say it is New Zealand.
got your
Zero
card,
cases.
lucky.
So what do? They get together, and the comment was, if only Canada was like this, where they were able to listen, all completely shut the country down, nobody was to go out, we would be having that festival as well. That's kind of what happened, right? So we're here right now, where there's exactly what you're saying right now. Places where people can go play basketball, places where people can travel from the U.S. into Canada and film. Essential services. Go to Costco. Don't buy your bananas. Buy your TVs and every other thing you need at a place like Costco, where they allow 1,800 people an hour, roughly the stats that I heard. Go to all these places that are open. I mean, to me, I don't see how you're going to be able to control this until you do something as bold as maybe as shut the whole country down. Like, I mean, shut the country down. If not, I think what we're doing is just making things worse. And I think what's going to happen is this. We had an extension that brought us to January. Now they just said February for kids now. I don't know if you guys know that.
Did you get that?
Yeah,
I
February.
got it yesterday.
Yeah.
I got it from the principal.
Yeah, February 12th or 11th is the date that kids can go back to school now. Okay? But watch what's going to happen.
Place bets. My bet,
It's going to be the whole year's going to
The
write
whole
off.
year.
The whole year's a write-off.
I'll say it now. The whole year, kids aren't going to school.
So here's what's going to happen. Watch. You're hearing it first right now. Here's the next extension. Let's do it till March break. And then after the March break, because there's another 2 weeks, we can add to that. So basically the third week of March.
It's so silly.
And then something's going to happen with the numbers. And then whatever's going to happen. And it's going to get extended again. So what I'm saying is, this is what's frustrating so many people. Is that just saying, if you just took the measures for 3 weeks and locked everything down, shut everything down, top to bottom, we can end this. But it's not.
But then here's the other thing. And what? And this sickness that, from my research, killed one person.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another topic now.
In the world of Miguel.
Yes. And what?
Yes. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, so if I do my own research, just based on what I've experienced in my world, right? Everyone that I know, with the exception of my aunt,
Yeah.
is perfectly fine. So are we putting too much emphasis on this deadly virus that you have to get tested to know if you have? If a virus is so deadly, would you have to go for a test to know if you had it? I don't know. If something's so deadly, wouldn't you know you had? This is so deadly. It's wiping out the nation.
So
it's bringing disaster upon the entire earth. But we don't even know. I don't even know if I have it.
Right.
Let me get a test.
Right. Right.
I'm just saying, if something's so deadly, I would think I would know.
It'd be clear.
Oh my gosh,
clear
I
and
have
present.
it. I have it. I've got like a hole in my cheek, like it's eating my skin. But I don't even know. I got to take multiple tests to know if I have it.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
again,
know. Is it that deadly?
Mike, what's your thoughts on this? 'Cause
Part
you're
of-
very quiet.
Cancer's deadly.
I'm
Cancer is extremely deadly.
Yes.
Like, I don't know about a flu.
Right. Right.
A flu on a dialed up flu.
right.
Again, I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying it's
I think
like
one of
yeah.
the breakdowns is the definition of, because when you say it when it's said as a blanket statement from the media that it's deadly, and,
Yeah.
and then when they look at the statistics and it's like, who is it deadly to? And it's, for the majority, people in upwards of 70, 80 years old.
compromise.
And people that have
compromised.
compromised immune systems.
Yeah, who for the most part are used to taking those precautions because they have a compromised immune system.
Right.
So they're used to, in their own way of governing themselves, to being responsible. So part of it, as you were saying earlier, part of the issue is we've kind of floated a halfway plan to try to keep enough people happy or keep enough things happening, but it's not full, because if you shut it down, in theory, in theory, you stop the spread of it, right? So the countries that can actually, and I heard this recently, a place like New Zealand or Australia, that they have a better chance of kind of keeping it under wraps because they can control their border. They're an island, right? So if they're an island, they can. For us, there's all these necessities. There's all these things like, again, is it in mainstream media that there's like some basketball still being played and there's a film shoot still going on?
No, it's not.
No, because that's essential from a sense of a commerce side,
Yeah.
right? Or even just that it just shows that it's what's the word? It's entirely subjective for city bylaw officers to go in and be like, okay, this is an elite level school. You guys are granted permission. What's that based on? That's just subjective. Someone just said, okay, you know what? It looks like they're going to be responsible because they're elite school, right?
So it's like New Zealand and Toronto, or New Zealand and Canada.
We've referenced New Zealand like 6
But
times.
let's just say
it's like the go-to spot.
it's like they're 2 300-pound guys, okay? And New Zealand is saying to the first guy, here, you want to bring your weight down? Here's vegetables, eggs, fruits, healthy, organic, meals.
Yeah.
And then Canada says to the 300-pound guy, here's your eggs, here's your fruits, your vegetables, but here's also cheesecake, chocolates, a thing. Go.
Yeah.
And then New Zealand is making gains. Oh my goodness, they're dropping the weight and they're
right.
putting on muscle. And Canada's like,
because
like,
if you do it, if you're halfway, right?
Yeah.
If you're not cold or hot, if you're in the
Exactly.
middle,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have these problems.
Man,
and again,
I feel bad.
everyone, even if it was like, look, as a country, we're all gonna be locked down, and it was pretty grim at the time when it happened. Everyone was in for the large majority. Everyone was in.
Yeah, there's
and,
all these.
and we're finding out about because these ventilators, and it was basically blowing up people's lungs, and people are dying, and we don't have enough beds, and that was like real, right?
Yeah.
What did flattening the curve mean? Sorry, I'm not crying. I'm just my throat. Flattening the curve, it meant that we were trying to stop the demand on the hospital.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'd find out it would like leak out. Oh, the hospitals aren't inundated with people trying to go in. Like the hospitals are kind of empty. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That came up. There was a time.
It did come up.
And then you hear, oh no, but what about this person? Oh, then he got it, but he's okay. That whole family got it. They're fine. Whatever. So I think it's all this combination of all these stories now pokes holes in, okay, what are we supposed to do? So I look at it like, for me, I always look at some stuff very simply. Be very responsible.
Yeah.
Be responsible from the beginning. Secondly, but I think there's varying degrees of responsibility. So when you say it from yourself, from your experience, you're going to be responsible how you do it. That's coming on the assumption that you're going to actually do that. When the government, I think when they're saying it, they feel like they're taking on the mantle to dictate what has to happen.
Right.
Because of irresponsible people.
Yeah.
So if there's people who are like still having that yacht party, and they get on, and that was happening, right? People going on a boat and they're partying.
They're finding loopholes.
And in marine,
you can't go to a club. Well, because in the industry I'm in, how many people made money on the water on Lake Ontario this past summer? They just moved all the promoters I deal with. They just moved all their parties on the water.
Offshore.
And they were making mad money.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
People
right?
were partying on the boat, on the water, on yachts.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. I'm talking about essential.
So you hear what I'm saying? So if we're not all in, and there's going to be people who do that, then there's even more of the need for the government to go in
harder.
And they have to come harder and harder, which is all new to us. We don't do that stuff.
Right.
Anything that looks like it could be a police state, it shakes us in our boots. In other parts of the world, there you go. Army's in.
Yeah.
Everything's closed up.
Well, let's look at the source, the China virus, as Mr. Trump always says.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen Wuhan's New Year's Eve party?
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because
Really?
they're back on their feet.
Yeah, they're back in.
They're back. It's business. They had a new.
Did you see it to know what music they were playing? Is that what it was? For real? Are you
For someone
kidding
who
me?
doesn't watch the news, I seem to be very versed in
No, I
world
don't.
current affairs.
Yeah.
They had a blast because in China they say this is happening.
It's
You better
done.
believe. Don't question
It's
it.
a non-negotiable.
Which brings us to another topic: is dictatorship good? No, anyways.
Okay.
No, but no. Last thing I was going to say. So the government. Okay, only essential. Only essential. So film is essential. Wow, playing hockey is essential too. Interesting. Nobody go to work. Everybody stay home. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, let's open up Scotiabank for the 7 NHL teams in Canada to play each other
Right.
But you know why?
because of money.
That, and also, I mean, and the other side too is
quality of life.
they're trying to say this is like we our new normal, that we need to have at least
Entertainment or something.
we need fragments of our normalcy before.
Yeah.
Like I can honestly say I'm very happy to know that there's at least going to be a Raptor game.
Of course.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Of
Because-
course.
Yeah.
What would we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Look, I'm the guy that just called. Like, what about that?
But hold
That,
on.
that.
To the point of the actors, if anybody is complaining about why are actors and film sets going on, well, then they also have to look at, if I'm going to be in this during COVID and watch shows like Netflix and Amazon, if you're going to
need the
be down,
content.
if you're going to be down on the people making the content, and then the sports, I mean, how are you going to cope?
And you're the number one consumer.
Yeah, exactly. How are you going to cope?
How are you going
right?
to cope? Which
Yeah.
is another topic of
Right.
mental health and the suicides up the
So
roof.
again, there's no
Yeah.
easy answer.
There is no easy answer. There is no easy answer at all.
But at the core, if people aren't negligent, if they're being responsible, it should do for the most part.
Yes.
See,
right?
look, that's exactly it. I think if everyone
Like I'll give you an example before.
responsible.
Okay. Do people get sick during the Christmas holidays every year?
Yes.
All the time,
Mm.
right? Everyone gets run down by that time. And guess what happens? Everyone starts to go from party to party to party to party. I can think of almost every single year over the last 30 years from what I know. There's some kid who's sick at a Christmas party.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then by the third
Yes.
night, there's 7 kids sick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? They all have the flu. And they're all playing on top of each other. And like, so that's normal. I remember hearing, this is the other side. And the other side is like, look, if you're sick, stay home. Right? That's normally what's done. If
Yes.
the thing is, if you have the flu, you should stay home. Okay? Because then that means that you're stopping it from getting your coworkers or anyone else
Yeah.
sick. Does everyone do that?
No.
No, that's the truth.
You go to work.
I think
Keep it moving.
what makes this different is just, and I look, whether you believe it or not, what makes us different is the fact that you are asymptomatic. Someone could have it, and they can be infectious and still pass it on, thinking that they're totally fine.
Mm.
Okay, so all that matters is as long as they're responsible, and they keep social distance from, say, look, my dad turns 80
That's right.
in like 3 weeks. Shout out to the Rodinator, Hot Rod.
He turns 80?
Yeah, my dad turns 80.
Wow.
Okay, so like, man, I've seen him a handful of times, and just kind of in passing, we haven't been in the house
Right.
together at
Yeah,
all.
of course.
It just makes sense. I mean, that's what we got to do. So we zoom it up with Grandpa
Yep.
as much as possible.
Yep.
They want to hug the grandkids or whatever, but then you just have to be. It's like, look, that love right now means keeping distance from Grandpa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it means because the flip side is if we were just, hey man, let's just have this picnic, man, let's get together, and then all of a sudden my dad's not feeling well, and then it's rapid and this, and he had an underlying health issue that he wasn't aware of, and it all of a sudden like this, and then he's deceased, and then we go back, hold on, he died Sunday, but we had this on Monday, and that happens, bro. That's how I've heard enough stories about that where people just said, hey, let's just all get together, don't worry about it, and then within one family 4 people die. Because they all kind of have the same underlying condition without knowing. So that's what it comes down to. So I think, although you have personal experience, you still have to think, you got to weigh it out with, look, this is the truth. I could do whatever I want. In theory, I can drive how I want. I'm a good driver. I know that. For the most part, when I'm paying attention.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm not distracted by anything. Okay? I'm not blaming my kids. Anyways, I know in my mind, I could do 200 and zip through the traffic. That's the truth. I'm good. This is how I move. I move quick.
That's a good analogy.
Right? I can. What would be the trade-off to the others around me, though?
Yes.
How would it affect others?
Other people.
So from my point of view, I'm not saying that I might have done this when I was younger. When you go that fast, it is actually pretty easy to weave in and out of traffic because they feel like they're still.
Yes.
I'm not joking. It's
Yeah.
literally like a video
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
and you just kind of go around.
Yeah.
But it could cause a problem. I saw once where a guy, this was we were driving from Orlando. Do you remember this? We were driving from Orlando to Miami, and a guy, I think he was probably, he was intoxicated, and he came really close to our white Mitsubishi, our rental. And I was like, yo, this guy almost hit me. And then further down the road, the guy was in the ditch, and he got all messed up. And I saw another time a guy drove, and he did this crazy mover coming off on the on-ramp and came across all the highway traffic. And he sent a car literally upended and turned on its side and just kept rolling. And the car was, it rolled over.
Wow.
The car rolled over. The guy in his Camaro was gone, didn't even know. Get what I'm saying?
Right. So you affect other people.
Yeah, that's all. So just because I could, I just weigh it out. Like I could, but I don't know if I'm contagious and if I came across someone. So I think if as long as you keep those things socially distanced,
Yeah.
and you're being honest with how you feel and the people around
That's right,
you,
yeah.
and you know your body. Like, I was talking to a guy and he goes, I think I got COVID. I go, why? He's like, it's a cold, but it has me different. Okay. He's like, I know my body. He's like, it's just a different hold on me. So I'm just gonna be extra smart,
That's
extra
right.
careful. And that's when it wasn't mandated that you have to get tested, whatever.
Mhm.
So to me, I think if people were paying attention to that and just being honest about
That's
that,
right. Yeah.
and not now, then there's the other side, the lure of finances. You need to be able to pay for your bills and all these other things and all those other worries. So can you understand that a guy who might even have and kind of knows it, could you see that guy still go to work?
That's happening all the time.
Yeah.
All the time it's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do with that? You know, and so again, we're bringing up. There's no easy fix. There's no way just to say that. There's no way. It's like saying, how do you clean up like what's happening in the States related to politics? It's not.
Yeah.
This is complex, man. It's tangled. But I just think for us, we just got to be. If you're responsible and you keep thinking, and you just walk wise, and you don't be selfish in your decision, because you could do something now, and someone else. Like I know, I got a strong immune system. I almost rarely ever get sick. If I ever got sick, some people ask me around me like, "What's wrong with you? Like you're never out." Okay, but I could, in theory, get other people sick.
Yeah.
Right. You know. So I know I don't want. For me, I don't want that on my conscience. That in a time I was kind of liberal and I was just kind of in the moment. But then I found out 3 people got it. Because imagine when they contact trace, imagine if you actually found out that certain people actually passed and it was because of you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, because over Christmas you came and you hand delivered that food and you went in and there was hugs and kisses. And then they traced it back. And now 3 people in that family are deceased because you actually came by with your rum cake. I'm just saying, like, that changes.
What's also crazy is that the amount of people that are supposed to be responsible, like doctors and politicians and all that, I mean, they're also falling in this trap. I don't know if you guys heard in the news, there was these 2 people in Durham that went to the UK and they ended up bringing back a new strain of COVID.
Well, I
It's from Durham?
They were from Durham, and guess what?
Where do you guys live?
One of the doctors, did you hear what I just said? The doctors works at Lake Ridge Hospital. And guess what they said? When they did they actually got charged and fined the other day because they lied in their contract tracing. And these are supposed to be friggin' responsible medical people. So the conversation with Lorraine is this all the time when I'm talking to her. She's like saying to me, are these people that are disputing this and disputing that and saying this, are they epidemiologists, right? And I'm like, no. Are you an epidemiologist? I'm like, no. Then shut up. Because at the end of the day, if you do not have the actual qualifications, expertise to speak to it and know the science behind it, then you should just shut your mouth and not say one single thing, because they're saying it from their perspective because of that. So when a doctor from a hospital says, well, I went to the clinic and, you know, there's nobody here and they're backlogging, again, what Lorraine will say to me is, just like every industry, you're always going to have people that are idiots, right? Just like that lady that at the beginning of COVID, I don't know if you remember that black woman that had like 7 people behind her and saying that COVID doesn't exist and to drink this liquid. I forgot what it was. It's some sort of chemical.
I didn't see it. I saw a meme. They did like a comedy.
Yeah,
No, I never heard of it.
yeah. But I'm saying is, people like, they're not epidemiologists, they're doctors, right? So if you think about it,
right, yeah.
I mean, a dentist considers himself a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of the day, like, they're not specialists of this, so they really shouldn't have a mouth towards this, right? But because they're saying doctor, then you get a conspiracy theorist that says, gee, what the doctor said, the doctor's saying this, and that kind of throws everything into the mix.
Perceived credibility, right?
It's exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is
So
a
what
confusing time.
about travel?
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to travel though. That's the thing.
That's the confusing thing. I mean, the fact that's what shocked me and what started this whole entire talk
Our brother Dwayne right now is in
Turkey.
Yeah, I
He
can't
got
believe
up,
that, man.
he
took
left,
off.
he went
He's
to
like, I'm outta
Turkey.
here.
Yeah.
If you
And
need
I know
Dwayne Forrest, check his stories. Amazing musician, love this guy.
Yeah.
And if you need stories that inspire, his shots and videos of Turkey are crazy.
I know.
Turkey's a beautiful place.
I have
man.
never seen. I have before Dwayne
Yeah.
posting these things.
Yeah.
I have never seen Turkey.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've
Yeah,
never
I
seen
don't
the
think so
land.
either.
Yeah.
I'm amazed how beautiful it is. It's amazing.
I've always been. This is gonna sound harsh, but because I'm Cypriot and the Turks invaded Cyprus
that's right.
in 1967, if I'm correct, it's always been brought up like as, oh man, like, you know, kind of like almost like a bad thing. They're bad people, right? That was like the father
Sounds like
instilling.
third party offense to me.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't do anything to you. You weren't born yet.
But check this out. I've never been to Turkey. 37% of Cyprus is occupied by Turkey. 37%.
Wow.
And you got to cross a border that used to be on the Cyprus.
I didn't know they're that close.
Yeah, they're inside. What I'm saying, no, they basically came into Cyprus and they occupied 37% of the country.
Okay, yeah.
Of the island. And what's happened is now no Cypriot is allowed to cross over.
Still?
No.
Oh.
They actually opened it up, I think, in 2007. You have to bring your passport and cross over. Like you're going on the border, you got to cross the border point, and it has the Turkish police and all that. And when we crossed over, I used to go to Cyprus every year. The first time I was able to cross over to the other side. And when I crossed over, it was like I was in a different country. Now, even though it's on Cyprus soil and, there are beaches and all that, apparently they occupy the most beautiful beaches. That's what the countrymen say, right? But it was like I'm in a different country, like completely in a different country. And I have seen pictures of people that have gone to Turkey. I mean, we have some people that work for us that went to Turkey. I really want to go to Turkey. Because it looks, as you said, it looks
gorgeous.
incredible.
Maybe now's the time. Just stay with Dwayne.
So, Dwayne,
I might do that.
yourself, I know a handful of people that have gone to Jamaica, that have gone to Dubai. By the way, in Dubai, not to say COVID doesn't exist, but
let's just say it.
Yeah,
COVID doesn't exist in Dubai.
Yes.
It doesn't exist in Miami.
Yeah,
It doesn't exist in a place like Turkey.
Yeah.
And when we say it doesn't exist,
Yes.
we're just saying
The way of life is
the way
not
of life
interrupted. Hasn't
is
been
just-
interrupted, right?
Yeah, and
Business as
certain
usual.
pockets of Scarborough.
Yeah.
So my question is this: so when is it wrong? Like, is it wrong if you're not abiding by the laws of the land in which you are situated?
Right.
Because if that's the case, then you see what I'm saying.
But
When
why
is
is it
when is
wrong?
it irresponsible?
Why did Ford fire his? I think there was a CEO of a hospital.
Or-
There's two people that got fired or got let go. Apparently, they let them know, hey, you're allowed to travel, so I'm going to travel and go to,
Yeah.
They stayed in an isolated place. They came back, they quarantined, but they got fired. So they got fired for traveling, right? But traveling is allowed.
You're allowed to.
Yeah, it's allowed. So to me, these are the messages that it's throwing everybody off.
And here's the thing with me too, because I obviously you want to give a good example to your kids,
Yeah.
and not being illegal and doing
Yeah.
things wrong.
Yeah.
But there's too much like you're allowed to travel.
What did you have to say when you were going to Jamaica?
Nothing. That's why we started this off. I was being very sarcastic. How did you do it? It was easier to travel than when I
Expedia.
normally travel.
Was it cheaper too?
Cheaper, easier. It's the the best time to travel right now. Go travel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's cheap.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like, so I'm allowed to, but I
Well,
don't get it.
Now
I
you
don't
can
know
go.
what to
All
do.
you got to do right now for most places is show a positive test.
That's right.
Before you come on that you're positive. Sorry,
Negative,
that you're negative, and that's it. You're allowed to
and
travel
you're good.
and don't have to quarantine.
Within like a certain time?
No. I said 3 days. 3 days before.
Within 3 daes?
Yeah, so you just basically have to show a certification. They let you travel, bam, you can go on vacation. When you come back, you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days. Okay? Because they don't do the reverse back. If that's allowed, if that's what's kind of being practiced,
then why can't? And then okay,
what's the problem?
Okay, so let's scale it down, right?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about these things.
Yes.
Is that people might say, oh, irresponsible, but we only do it to the big stuff,
Right.
To the big, like travel and why
Yeah.
what we're doing right now? Is this right?
What we're doing right
Is
now.
this essential?
But we're 6 feet apart.
But we're supposed to be at home. According to our premier, stay at home.
Right.
Nobody leave.
Right.
Stay in your house.
Well, the logo on the table shows we're an essential
yes.
service. So
But I'm just trying
Yeah.
to show
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the message.
Yes.
Stay home. Only go if you have to.
right.
Right? So
Yes.
it's just, I can't. Right? And I will, like instead of all four of us going to the grocery, one of us. So I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to do my part.
Yes.
But I'm also still going to live my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how you balance it out.
Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
did when it was even crazy locked.
And I'm going to quarantine when I have to.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And I'm going to social distance.
Yes.
I'm going to respect all that stuff.
Right.
But then it has to be mutual. You got to respect me too and respect my hustle. Respect my work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know I shouldn't travel if it's, but I got to travel.
You're hearing stats
That's what's tough for the restaurants and stuff because they're just told they can't be open.
but we're hearing stats that suicides are
man.
going through the roof. These
Yeah.
are I cannot validate any. I hear so much information now.
Yeah.
You hear mental health has gone through the roof, suicides are going through the roof, drug use has gone through the roof, buying a puppy has gone through the roof.
Domestic abuse.
All these things are happening.
Yeah.
And it's not really a focus of attention at all whatsoever. So I've heard people say the argument, so it's okay for a business to lose everything and his employees have no work and they kill themselves because of they can't take that anymore. But it's not okay for a older person who is old and has already a weak immune system to pass away. You hear so many things, and for me, when I hear it, kind of what you said, I hear both sides, and they're both very good
valid.
arguments. They're very valid.
And then you just have to live your life being responsible and respectful to both parties.
Yeah, and
to summarize my whole thing. That's my thing. I look at both sides and I try to respect both. Living my life though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think anyone that's in power, anyone that's in government, anyone that they're man in a tough spot.
Yeah, I can't. You can't hate on them, man. They've never dealt like they're human.
You know what I mean? Like we've
For
never
sure.
ever had this in our lifetime.
And everyone's a hero. Everyone,
I know.
40, the biggest disgrace. You should do this.
Yeah, kill your.
What would
I've heard
you
people
do?
say kill yourself.
What would you do?
Just put you in front of the podium
I can't
and
stand
shine.
when people
No,
do
I
like.
know.
What
Yeah.
would you do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
annoying.
Well, this is brought to you by Sangster's Jamaican Rum.
By the way, Jamaica, life is normal. Responsible.
Yes.
So you go on a resort, you can't touch the food.
Man,
you can't touch the food.
miss
They'll
Jamaica,
they'll
man.
Could you leave
Kill
the
the
resort?
stuff.
Would
Yeah.
they let you leave the
Yeah,
resort,
you
go
can.
amongst the locals?
Did you get a hold of Ainsworth?
Huh?
Did you
I
get a
did,
hold-
but
yeah.
it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Just for time, just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of time.
Did you leave the resort to be around the locals at all?
No. This is the first time in my life that I did this kind
I'll
of
talk.
vacation.
It's very. I can't do that. When
Bro,
I went to
you're-
Jamaica,
You're a different Miguel right now.
when I went to
you
Jamaica-
stayed on the resort
The
only.
entire time.
You were Mr. All Inclusive.
Put it this way, I didn't.
You didn't get
even-
authentic.
I didn't even do a tour.
wow.
Wow.
See, when I
Wow,
went to
you've changed.
When I went to Jamaica last year,
I needed to just sleep. I was on the beach for hours. I just needed to just.
I
sleep
can't
at
do
the
those
beach.
vacations, man. Whenever
What?
someone says I go to an all-inclusive, I'm like, cast you away. I
No,
cannot
I
even
know.
do that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And the reason why is how can you experience Jamaica?
I know.
Why don't you just take that plot, go right down to Frenchman's Bay and Pickering, and just play some island music and say you're in Jamaica? You know what I mean? It's like that's
Listen.
the same thing to me.
Listen, you're absolutely right. And normally I'm the same thing. This time around, this is what I needed.
You
I needed to
changed.
be on the beach.
Yeah,
all
that's
day.
good. That's good.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
it was
true.
complete rest and relaxation.
Yeah, you didn't trek anywhere.
Wow.
I didn't want to go. Like we tried Ainsworth, and then just the planning. Okay, we'll pick up. And I wanted
No.
stress, no pressure.
Yeah,
Just wake up, roll out of bed onto the beach,
Well,
and roll back into bed.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you this.
I
man.
didn't put it this way. I was so extreme in it. I didn't even do a show on the resorts.
at all.
So you know, in all inclusive, like
Yes.
evening, I went to I saw karaoke one night. That was it.
Yeah,
By after dinner, I was in my room.
Wow.
just
I was
chilling
just
out.
in my room, just chilling.
So just sun and beach.
Reading.
Sun, beach, pina coladas,
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
The kids are at an age now, and their cousin Ty was there.
Do their
So
own
the kids
thing.
are at an age now that they can leave. So we gave them a key. You guys go.
We're actually filming right now. We're live from Jamaica right now.
Is it really?
A lot of people think we're actually filming this in Toronto, but we're not. We're actually in Jamaica.
Yeah, it's
though.
true.
We fooled you all.
But
Hey.
Jamaica, what a vibe! You've been
Really?
there. I haven't.
I've been there. It's incredible.
What a vibe!
Incredible.
You know okay. So the stereotypes of Jamaica, right? There's good, there's bad.
Yes.
But what's one? Let's see. Let's just put it to the test. What's one of the let's say
The
good?
good.
The good. What's
Okay.
one of the good stereotypes of Jamaica? Jamaican culture, Jamaican people. What would you say?
Man, they're friendly. The food.
Okay, friendly.
Yeah, music.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, yeah.
So friendly and music. What is that? What does that? Put it together. What is that? It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Laid back.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Very laid back.
They
Yes.
that from my experience.
Yes.
That is so real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
The most laid back. And okay, give me some you ask any white person walking down the street, what's a famous Jamaican saying? What would they say?
I mean, yeah, man. for
Yeah,
example.
man.
Yeah,
Irie.
yeah,
Irie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
They actually really, I mean, you've been
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They really, it's not like a thing that we in Western,
It's everything.
that's what everyone, yeah,
and
man.
you start
Yeah,
saying that.
man.
And the funny thing is,
You
just like
start
when you
saying it back.
yeah, just like when you go to England, why am I talking British to this
I
guy?
know.
Excuse me, sir. Can I please have some?
Mike, everyone
Yeah.
closes off their line with, yeah, man.
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
It's
other thing,
yes. It's
which
yes.
it's
Yeah.
yes, it's
Yes.
yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And they say it how I'm saying it, like very chill.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the other thing.
It's because the weather, it's the environment.
Here's the other thing. Jamaicans, would you say that they're spiritual?
Absolutely.
Ja, bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like that.
Yeah, they say bless a lot.
They
all
say
the time.
bless,
Bless
like-
is almost like another word for thank you for them.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
they
Yes.
like mean it when they say it.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
it's like
They're God conscious.
like
the way that-
like
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, man, they're really like that.
yeah. Yeah. And
That was cool.
I'll tell you, it's too bad you didn't get to check out Jamaica
I know.
outside of the resort. Because to me, you have to go back now.
Of course.
But I'll say when we went, I've gone there a few times. When I went last year to Kevin, you guys know Kevin, his
Yeah.
wedding. Again, kind of the same thing as you. Resort. I'm like, I have to break out of this right now.
Yeah.
So we have a person that we met down there over the years. I called him up. He picked us up, and I wanted to get a haircut before his wedding because we got there on Friday, but his wedding was the next Saturday, so my fade is now growing in. Yeah. So I took a friend of mine down there. We went with Lorraine. We went tubing down the river, not Dunn's Rivers, which is the
Yeah,
most
the big
popular.
one, yeah.
We went to some private places, private beaches, and then we went right into like the village of oh man, where is it right now? It's in the St. Anne Parish, and we went right there and got a haircut.
Like right in the
Like,
people,
I'm like,
right
how-
with the people.
How much? And he's like I think he said like $100 Jamaican, which is
like
$5.
$1. Like,
something
yeah, I know,
that.
it's like
So
nothing.
I gave the guy what we pay down here for
What?
haircuts,
Yeah.
right? And he was like blown away, but it's the experience of the locals,
course, man.
The local food. I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
got. By the way, the resort you stayed at, the food's incredible.
Yeah, it was really good.
yeah. But by the way, you always hear
but
that
it's not going to be this. They're
not-
cooking for the
nah,
masses.
there's a place in Jamaica called Scotchies, for
yes,
example.
yeah, I heard about that
Man,
place.
like this is the kind of experience I want to go to Jamaica. Man.
My brother-
Oh,
my
man,
brother-
I'm hurting right now
Yeah,
just
yeah.
thinking about
Oh,
this.
Mike, you would. It's so
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
And the best thing is this age for the kids.
Yeah, it's perfect.
they had a whole crew. They had a whole
11 and
crew.
13, right? That's
Yeah,
yeah.
they had a whole crew, about 6 of them. They woke up. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to get our friends." They did their thing. Like it was just so cool, and they made contacts. And they're like, now they're still in touch with each other.
That's cool.
It's the summer camp vibe. We
Well,
go to summer camp.
yeah,
and you
yeah,
make
yeah,
friends. And
This is something that I asked you to bring me back
Yes.
because I love Sangster's rum. Now I've always had banana and coconut, and I like to put a little bit of my coffee, which is how I first had it. Now, Miguel, you said you had some of this already.
not that one.
Okay.
Not that flavor.
So listen, we're not by any
Rum and
means
raisin.
we're not endorsing drinking on the show, but we are going to have a sip test right now, just for you guys to experience a little bit of Jamaican Sangster's rum. Now,
We're not endorsing drinking on this show.
What are
We're-
we? 12?
What's- What are you?
What are we at church?
Listen, there's no CRTC, as I was saying. There's no governing
now
body.
this is actually amazing when you put it in your coffee.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
It's,
and-
yeah. It's like Bailey's.
yeah,
but-
exactly.
But
But it's like Jamaican style, right? So
To being
yes,
independently
yeah, man,
No, 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 no,
responsible.
no, no.
Oh yes,
Oh, yes.
Guys,
Shut up, man. This guy.
responsible.
He's the teacher now.
Okay, tell me what you guys think. I've never tried this flavor before. I actually had it in my coffee, but this is rum and raisin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And I don't like
Let me
raisins.
see. Sorry, I didn't actually get that.
Yo, that's good, man.
Yeah. So to me, this is like you gotta try this in your coffee.
Mm.
And if you go to Saint Martin, ever, have you guys been to Saint Martin before?
I have. Beautiful.
No tax on alcohol.
That's right.
I've been to Markham.
Yeah.
But
Listen, we gotta get Mike traveling.
I've not
You
left-
have left
haven't-
North America. Stop saying that you've been to Cuba for your honeymoon.
That's what I
Stop
said.
it.
Aside from Cuba,
Yeah.
but you can use U.S. dollars there.
Do you want to hear
You
something
can
right
use
now?
use dollars everywhere.
I'm
Is
gonna
it?
tell you right
Because
now
I don't
the
know.
secret.
No.
I actually one of my goals for you, Mike, is to buy you a vacation.
You know what?
Honestly,
You know
like,
what?
yeah,
I'm.
yeah.
I'll go in on that.
Yeah.
I swear.
I want you to experience, bro.
no,
Like,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
know, but I want to go with it. Like
Yeah.
we should all go.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go?
But you know the funny thing is, with
Look at
Mike,
these-
it's-
when you're talking, you should see all these images behind you, Miguel. It's
I
like
know.
every beautiful place in the world.
you
It's like-
see, it's prophetic.
so with Mike, it's not about the fact that he just can't go. It's just that you just don't have ever the time to go. It seems. You know what I mean?
no, it's not in my. I don't think about it, dude.
I think if you went one time,
I don't think about it. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
When I worked at Urban Promise, I had 3.5 years of back vacations that I didn't
time.
use.
Yeah.
I had 2 or 3 weeks of vacation and I never took it ever. And then Brett is like, look,
Mike, take a week off. Get out of here.
like you have to take some vacation.
Yeah.
Like if you started using it right now, you'd be gone for half the year basically.
Everything is balanced.
Look, this is my 2020 was my
So-
first
no
time
joke.
in my life
So I
that I
don't-
never traveled.
I don't think about it because I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up where it's like, okay, we're going vacation. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that.
Well, as a kid, you know, you must.
No. We went to a cottage once
Pickering.
through a friend,
Yeah.
through my dad's friend. We drove to Florida once. And we went to LA once. and I'll remember those for the rest of my life. But it wasn't like a
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
twice because
Yeah.
I went with you. So, actually, you've gone to LA a few times.
No, he's talking about when he's a kid.
no. As a
Oh.
kid, he was asking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I don't think it, but that was a business trip. Every time, it's always business.
Yes.
I'm not like.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let's go on a vacation. Let's just
Yeah,
do it.
bro.
It's so cheap right now.
It is.
Let's just go.
It is.
There has
let's
to be
just-
like a villa,
Let's just.
Can we get a villa?
Of course.
and then find some local.
Right now, listen,
local
Kerwin
mamas,
Dubois,
some local mamas that will just cook feasts for us. And
Mike,
get together the musicians.
can I tell you something? This is how.
I want to sit with some old men and play chess.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
This is how I normally go.
Right.
Like, that is
Bro.
my lane. Listen, Dwayne too.
Sure, Mr. All Inclusive. Did you tell Dwayne that?
No,
That
you see,
you
Dwayne.
did?
You see, but Dwayne's one track, right? Yes, everything is balanced. And balance, not just karate. Balance life.
Which, by the way, you've been actually
Cobra Kai.
killing social media.
Oh, yeah.
That
Bro,
is a sick show.
have you seen it?
Of course, man.
It is amazing.
It
Put
is.
it this way: I'm on watching it again with the kids.
I heard the nostalgia is
yeah.
good.
It's
And I-
everything
and
is
I
good,
heard the
man.
do you
teenagers
root
like
for
it.
Daniel or sorry, not
Exactly.
Daniel, or do you root for
Johnny Lawrence,
Johnny.
man.
Johnny Lawrence.
I got a friend in Cali in LA who said that like people watch it for the nostalgia.
No, it's not.
It's
actually
so good,
It's
man.
actually created it's like Full House, and now they did Fuller House. So now it's like they kind of redid it, and it's bringing all the young people in with
You're the best.
yeah, exactly, with Karate Kid or
Yeah, yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence, the way it's kind of done is literally you're rooting for Johnny Lawrence
It's
in
so
Cobra Kai,
good,
not
man.
Miyagi. Miyagi was like the nerds, okay? And Johnny Lawrence is like, I root for this guy, which in Karate Kid, it was the
It's the
opposite.
reverse.
It's
reversed.
so good, man.
Yeah.
So
But
there's-
you know what?
have-
Sandra
have-
brought a good point.
Have you ever seen that 2-minute video? It's the argument. Who told me about this? It's just like a quick synopsis. You can find it on YouTube, and it's Karate Kid from Johnny Lawrence's point of view.
Yeah.
And it's like he goes to see his girlfriend at the beach. She's flirting with this guy. This this.
Oh, when he tells the story?
Right, like, and it's,
It's so funny.
Is this
We
in the
just saw
movie?
that- we just saw that
Man, is it-
episode.
that's in the show?
I'm not joking. We just saw that episode last night. And Mateo at the end,
Yeah.
he's like, he's capping. He's not telling the full story.
I know.
He's not telling the other side.
He's capping.
It's great.
So this
It's
whole
great.
thing, they play like the main highlights.
What does cap mean? Just for those that don't know what that means.
Capping?
Yeah, people don't know what that word. I actually just I found out what capping means a couple of months ago.
What do you think?
Yeah, my Mike is saying, stop capping. Like, what are you talking about? He's doing this gangster talk with me. He goes,
Gangster.
Cap. He goes,
Stop.
Dad, that's lying. You're lying. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what you guys call capping now? I mean, all right.
There's
You
always.
know what? You sound like your dad.
I know.
Now listen here, son.
It makes sense, you know.
No
Okay.
cap. I don't know why, but it's
It
funny.
always
It's funny.
evolves. Shade, cut. Oh,
Yeah.
it
It's
just,
funny. I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you say it and just be like
It's like saying
Like, yo, it's the best,
side
no
is,
cap.
The other side
It
is
just makes
boosting.
sense.
The other side is boosting
Yeah.
when you're over elaborating.
Yes.
Stop elaborating, bro. I mean, whatever. Some people do talk like that. Okay, so
Cobra Kai.
this
man.
probably, if I was a betting man, that video that was literally edited from the viewpoint and narrated from Johnny Lawrence's point of view, that he was justified. All these things, he's just rolling a blunt, just with his buddies, with his skeleton costume. They just wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
He didn't want water put on him.
Right.
All these things, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
yeah.
like, you see that, so that probably was like the inception of why they made Cobra Kai then.
Listen.
Because there was enough people who were
Yeah.
like, you know what, that's actually true.
Yeah.
It's all about
No,
perspective.
but you
right?
know what it does? Cobra Kai. Sandra brought a good point. The yin yang symbol.
Yeah.
How is the white thing?
Yeah.
And the
No, I
black,
don't know. Can you
and
describe it?
there's a spot. You know what that is, right?
What?
It's like in the good, there's a little bit of bad. In the bad, there's a little bit of good.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what they do. They're showing in LaRusso
Yes.
how he's the good guy, but what did Miyagi always teach him? There is never a bad student,
Yes.
only bad teacher.
Yeah.
But he's always talking about Johnny Lawrence, that guy,
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
a student,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was never this.
He
Yes.
annoys me. He annoys me in the show tremendously.
Who,
Tremendously.
LaRusso?
Daniel.
Me too.
Yeah, like
Me
even when he's
too.
fighting, I'm like,
I
bro,
know.
you can't fight.
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
Anyways, but in Johnny Lawrence, the
Yeah.
bad guy, you're seeing all the good. You're
Right.
seeing the good. How he's trying. He's trying to
Yeah.
make amends.
He was just trying to
It's
please
just
his
good, man.
teacher who
Yeah.
kept saying, sweep the leg.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I love that movie.
Mike, you got to watch it, especially if you're. So you know what we did?
I love that
You know what we
movie.
did last weekend? So I watched the whole thing already by myself. Last weekend, Friday we watched Karate Kid 1. Saturday we
Oh,
watched
it's the
Karate Kid
best.
2. Sunday we watched Karate Kid
They're
3.
so good.
We every
And
night.
did
we
you watch
Karate
the
Kid.
last one with Hilary Swank that no one ever
No,
brings
stop
up?
it.
Come on,
Absolutely
bro.
not.
No way.
So we watched. So we watched those three. So we watched those three, so that we can get to Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
And we started Cobra
smart.
Kai on Monday.
Now that's good.
So we just started.
Now
We just started. That is good parenting. Okay. Binge watch TV.
Do you
with
watch?
your family.
Do you watch? Do you try to like? I found what happened since COVID happened is that we as a family now are always together in the evenings.
Yes.
And there's a time where we watch a show together.
Yeah, us
Yeah.
too. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And we've run out of shows to watch. We've done.
Tiger
we
King?
did, we did Titans, Tiger King.
Did you watch Tiger King?
No.
What's
You know all
Tiger-
about. You don't know all about it though, right?
I heard about the Tiger Trainer and stuff.
Tiger King?
Yeah, we've done a lot of
You gotta
shows.
see Tiger King?
Dion, something we did some shows. called
Raising Dion.
Raising Dion.
Yeah, I heard that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a
we
good
did
one. I saw that
that.
one.
We did Titans. We did a bunch of others, but it's getting to the point now where we're like looking forward to coming together as a family.
Yeah.
Where it's funny.
Are you trying to say that you're running out of shows to watch? Would you say that maybe film productions need to be
Essential.
actually
Yes. Exactly.
providing-
Imagine if that didn't happen. I would actually start talking to my family. So tell me about your day.
We've been playing Monopoly and Clue and a
Yeah,
bunch
us
of
too,
stuff, which is-
games.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. And we did tons and tons and tons of walks in the summertime, which
Great, man.
Yeah.
So
and
good.
stuff. But I'm doing walks every day now.
So good.
For me, it doesn't matter because I got that little COVID puppy now. So
Yeah, he's got his pup.
COVID
yeah,
puppy.
yeah. So that's new. That's new.
Um.
But anyways,
So can we go on vacation with Mike?
I think so. But
Where would we go?
I'll tell you.
You know me.
I
No,
would
but
do. I would do.
If I was
whatever
if
you
I was,
want.
If I was putty in your hands, where would you take me?
So you need tropics for sure.
Yes.
I'm tropically blooded.
You need
absolutely.
music.
Yeah.
Tropic music. So I would say like a Jamaica or a Cuba. But you've been
No,
to Cuba.
no, I wouldn't do Cuba
Yeah, maybe not Cuba.
because of food. See, the
I would do
experience-
Cuba with you alone.
My
Yeah.
experience with Cuban food was amazing.
Did you have it at the resort?
Sucked at the resort.
Okay. Okay.
Local cooked a meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what's
I've
funny?
had some good local Cuban.
You've been
too.
to Miami. Obviously, you've had Cuban
Yes.
food up in Miami.
Yes.
Okay. Is
By
Cuban
the way,
food
I'm going to Miami. Go on.
I
miss Miami,
I will
man.
go with you. Okay?
I'm not joking.
When?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay, I can't go with you.
Let's go.
All right. It's not gonna
Yeah, you're
happen.
going, huh?
Yeah.
I won't go until COVID.
You know where I'm going?
What?
I'm going to Miami.
Yeah.
Then from Miami, I'm going to Colombia.
Yes.
And Colombia back to Miami. And
Okay.
then Miami to LA.
How long are you going for?
Probably a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm contemplating bringing the kids.
Mm.
The only reason I wouldn't is because it's going to be a lot of late nights for me.
Yeah. Where they gonna be?
And Sandra's not going to come.
Okay.
So, like, we know that. She's not coming.
Yeah.
So
I-
I want to bring them, though, because all my basketball contacts in Miami are up and running, training hard, training, like, right? So they would go and train and work out in Miami. So I want to so bad.
Cuban
Want to
food in
bring them.
Miami
Yes.
versus Cuban food in Cuba. What's better?
It's the same.
Really?
Miami is
Yeah.
Miami's better.
Okay.
Well, because
Because yeah,
they have more access
American- yeah.
to
Yeah.
spices or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
American standard of stuff.
And
Yeah.
That's why there's a place in Miami called Versailles or Versailles, whatever. I went on my birthday 2 years ago. We went for 3 days just so I can go and have food at that place.
Really?
Like, the Cuban food is the history
Oh,
of how they came
man.
over from Cuba. I mean, that's a story in itself, but it's where you see people playing. You know what tavli is? It's like
No.
maybe I'm saying the Greek version of it. It's like a board where they just kind of move these little like checker pieces up and down.
Oh, like the
backgammon.
Ouija board.
Yeah, it's
The Ouija.
I think it's called backgammon.
maybe backgammon, but
Yeah.
but they have a different name for it.
Yeah.
It's not called backgammon.
No,
Yeah. And
I can't even pronounce
yeah,
that.
but you see these old you see these old men
Yes.
playing in front of it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
authentic, man. And to me, I love it. Miami, I love Miami. So I envy you.
You've been to Miami.
Yeah, dude. Calle Ocho.
Calle Ocho.
Styrofoam plates.
That's right.
Served from
Yes,
the windowsill.
yes.
There's nothing better.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh,
you know what would be an
man.
amazing vacation for Mike, but you can't do it because the cruise industry shut down would be
Oh.
a cruise. You'd love a cruise because it'd give you a taste
Yeah,
of
man.
everything.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a cruise
Yeah.
would be good too.
Yeah.
A cruise would be really good for you.
Yeah.
Because remember, you're not just thinking about you. I would bring you to Cuba, 100%. Right? But you have the kids, right? For the kids, cruise, man.
Endless things to do, right?
Cruises are good.
I remember you
man.
saying theater, ball courts, swimming,
skating
everything.
rink.
On the cruise ship.
Yes, bro.
Wow.
Everything you
So
can
let
think
me
of.
ask you this,
Yeah.
Miguel.
For me, that's all I want behind you, right there. Just a beach,
And that's why I did what I did in
Tropic.
Jamaica. That's all I needed.
bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You talk about your hustle. You talk about,
Yes.
not getting, interrupted. Nothing's going to
Yes.
stop you.
That's right.
Would you say that, first of all, would you consider yourself or have in your blood entrepreneur blood?
Yes.
Okay, would you find that COVID
Made it even better.
made it even better?
100%.
So COVID, would you say you benefited from COVID?
100%. And I say that very, again,
Yeah, respectfully.
sensitively and respectfully, because I know or other people had bad experiences.
So basically, it brought you to a space to say, I have to pivot.
Yeah.
And you pivoted.
100%.
Okay.
And it's been great.
Okay. Well, I say, like, look, it's very interesting. I mean, we pivoted. I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
A lot of people
Changed the whole business.
Yeah, a lot. And I'm not talking about pivot just from a business side, but pivot just in your day-to-day life side of things, right?
Yeah.
But again, for all those businesses that are struggling, and just to bring it, man, I feel it. And I genuinely say this. I'm a person that really likes to help people.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I've seen other people on LinkedIn say things, hey, man, if anyone needs my resources and my help, I'm not doing anything right now. I'd like to help out. But
that's cool.
Yeah, I would like to be in a position to kind of try and help people if I can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, it's real. We don't see something happening right now. It is happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
anyways, I don't know why I just threw that in there, but it just kind of came into me just as we're talking.
I'd say the only thing my 2 cents on all this is you can't sit down and wait to be taken care of. Right?
Yes.
That's just the one thing. That's the toughest thing.
Right.
That's when you feel powerless, like you can't do anything.
Right.
To be right away like looking for the government handout. You know, it was kind of funny when at first right away people took it like a free pass. It's like I'm ducking out of work on purpose. Yo, you got that government money? You get that government money? That was the talk.
Yeah.
That wore off eventually.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay? And if like we've had it good, our bubble got popped. We have like the best lives in the West more than anywhere in the world. But man, there's nothing in the way of stopping and getting something. You can make something happen.
Yeah.
Right? No matter the weather or what's going on, you can make something happen. And just like, for me, if you're just sitting at home and you're just waiting to get called back and work and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you might be missing something, right?
It's true.
You just do something.
But you know, it's that the first thing you asked me was, would you consider yourself an entrepreneur? Do you have entrepreneur blood?
Yeah.
Right? Not everyone has that. Right? So it's not as easy for other people, right? Some people, their makeup is you know, this is I'm used to routine. I'm used to.
Now I have a different opinion on that, because before everything got systemized in the modern day corporation, everyone was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Everybody was blacksmith, doctor.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the position. Like everyone, it was all family business, and
Yeah.
then slowly it got so systemized where people at the top controlled it, and everyone got used to cubicle work.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a theory that there was
yeah.
a theory that everyone's an entrepreneur. I mean, if you're someone that works for an organization, they're hiring you for your experience and for your, you know, your education, your work ethic, your your time. So there's an element and trait of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just to go to your point.
So I'm just saying that, like, if the grocery stores closed, which is the system of obtaining
I
food,
think about that all the time.
how many people would just literally sit and starve to
die.
death, or go to a point of just trying to take from someone else,
Right.
and not think,
You would figure
hold
it out.
on, soil, seed,
Right.
like, and just figure
it out.
a way to
Yeah.
at least live.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, I guess maybe I meant to say it's not. It doesn't come as natural.
now I was talking to this guy Gary Go. Shout out to Gary Go, who's on the podcast in season 1, which we haven't released his episode
He
yet.
was here. Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah, we haven't released it. I was talking with him 2-3 weeks ago.
Is he here, by the way?
Don't know yet. Don't know. Yeah. He's a busy guy. So within it, our conversation, he said to me, there's something happening where the record labels, if any last bit of control that they have, they're slowly losing it. There's a whole system right now where, like, people are understanding that they can literally make music from anything they have, anywhere they are. So they know that, but they would still lean on the system as much as possible because it was the machine. Okay, so but now it's like, again, the grocery stores are all closed down, and more people are like, look, hey man, I grew this myself. I made this song by myself. I put this together. Look, we made this music video happen by ourselves, and like he's noticed just in this time, because he works out of London, out of New York, Toronto, and LA, that there's like a growing awareness that they do not need the system more than ever.
Every artist I deal with is independent, was signed, or left the label.
Yeah.
They left on their own.
Yeah. I mean, look,
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
That's your conversation right now. Before we want to say names, but that was your conversation
On the
right
phone,
now.
that's
Just
right.
got cut from their label.
Yeah.
Right. Got pardoned, and now
Yeah.
they're free to do what they need
That's
to.
right.
So that you could look at it like if you're looking for someone else to make provision for you,
Yeah.
then you're in poverty.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can do anything I need to do to try to obtain and go after anything I want to get, then you have.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's
It's
just
how you look
I
at
think
it.
you just have to.
how you
People
look
need
at
to
it.
wake up to that,
Yes.
right? Because we've been trained to be in this bubble.
Yeah, I think if everyone's taking those walks, now's the time to do that inner reflection and get in tune with yourself and be like, you know what, I was good at this. I
Yeah.
love doing this. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
and then just find a way to make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been good, man. It's been really good.
Well, look, to me, the world is changing day by day. I mean, yesterday I ordered peanut butter on Amazon. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
That's
Yeah.
serious.
It's hilarious.
I'm like, we ran out of peanut butter. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna have time to grab it. Does Amazon have it? $6.75, full big tub.
You know
and
that
you'll get it today.
I already got it. I ordered it. I mean, just like, it's crazy. Just
Yeah,
the world
yeah.
is changing. You know, it's just everything is shifting right now. And
You know they're building a massive Amazon
right by you,
facility by my
yeah,
house.
1 million square feet.
Yeah,
I've actually seen
Whoa.
it. Have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah,
I drive by it all the time.
It's massive.
a fulfillment center. Isn't that
Fulfillment
what it's
center.
called?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean,
crazy.
it's unreal. I mean,
So your
talking
stuff's
about-
gonna come fast, bro.
Yeah, it better. I'll go get it. Hey.
Yeah. Pick up.
Yes. So look,
Yes,
here's
the world is changing.
it is changing, and I'll say this: we spent today talking about COVID. We spent talking about the film industry and how it's corrupting COVID essential services. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but Miguel, one of the things that I want
Sound parenting.
Yeah.
Karate Kid, Cobra Kai.
yeah, but I'll tell you this: you're a breath of fresh air. You're a breath of fresh air, and
Why you say that?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. It's just because it's nice. First of all, we have history together.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's always good to
Because he's not trapped.
to see different contexts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's making moves. He's actually
Yeah.
living, doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Versus the old, woe is me,
Yes.
right?
That's right.
Picking apart forged speeches.
That's the other thing, man. Like I don't get into. I've seen, man. I could show you some of my chats on WhatsApp, like the divide.
Yes.
Like there's actual hatred.
Struggle's
Guys
real, man.
leaving the group. Like I'm done. Like, bets be made. Here's what I don't understand, right? Because you guys know people, I'm sure. I know so many people that have so many opinions on like COVID or Trump and all that whole movie. Because that's what it is. It's all entertainment, in my opinion. And so that whole thing. How do people? And maybe that's part of what we were just talking about. How do these people have the time to
Critique.
watch that and like I don't understand. Like
Okay,
if
so
that's your passion, if that's your thing, like I want to be I want to affect change in politics, then fine. But
So this is
these
what
are
you're
just
saying.
regular normal people.
This is the
and they
difference
just-
between spectators
how
of
do you
life.
do that?
There's participants of life and spectators of life.
Mm.
If you're a spectator, you can slowly become a self-erected expert on, if I was that guy, I would have made that shot. I would have done that. And it's so easy to say when you're just watching, right?
But it's not even that. Yeah, exactly. It is easier. The sideline,
Sort of
sideline heroes.
How do you have the time to do
But
all
I'm
these
just saying,
debates
like
and go
how,
deep?
don't you have stuff to do?
Yeah.
I don't. That's what I'm thinking. Like
Yes.
I do not have the. So I left one of my chats.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because the purpose of the chat was it was a basketball run.
Right.
It was our Tuesday night ball run.
Right.
We don't have it anymore, so I left.
Right.
Right. The guy, I got a bunch of side messages. Why'd you leave? Or I'm like, because I all you guys talk about is politics. I don't have to. My
Yeah.
phone's bling bling bling.
Yeah.
I don't have to. So they invited me back in the group. I didn't leave again. I go, guys. I like you guys. I don't have time.
By the way, you're on WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Are you like? There's a new app right now
I know.
called what's it called again? Signal.
Signal.
Have you heard about it, Mike?
No.
So the conspiracy theorists,
Privacy and this.
it's all this privacy right now. Facebook apparently, as of February 2nd or 3rd, is going to have access because they own WhatsApp to
Oh, they do?
everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you're saying, man, I want to go to. I'll give an example. What we just talked about right now. If you start opening your social media, you should start seeing all these things about Miami and vacations. Which, just so you know, it's 100% true.
I agree.
Yes.
I had conversations on the phone with a dealer from Jeep yesterday, and then sure enough, she sent me some pictures, and now all of my social media is Jeep.
Well, have you seen the social experiment, or what's it called? The social what?
No.
No.
What's that thing on Netflix? The Social Dilemma.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that.
I haven't seen
You
it.
should watch it.
So
What is that, documentary?
yeah,
It's from the founders and makers and the engineers behind Facebook and Instagram,
Yeah.
and how they all see it as a massive problem.
so
Wow.
people.
It's called the social dilemma.
I know a few people that have dropped WhatsApp now. They're done.
Yeah.
Privacy issues. They've gone to Signal. So
It's supposed to be encrypted, isn't it?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But Signal now is going to be the new WhatsApp kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So I only bring that up because I have to send you a message. Just don't delete WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm just playing.
I'm going to download Signal right now.
Well, look, Miguel, again, breath of fresh air.
Are you trying to close this off or something?
Is this what it looks like? Well, I guess we have some real estate to look at. Is it this one
That's
here?
exactly what I'm trying to do.
Right here? Signal?
Yes, that's
Is that it
That's
right
it.
here?
Yeah.
By the way, Clubhouse, man.
Yes. Okay,
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Let's go into Clubhouse really quick. Really quick. Clubhouse was sent to us by an invite. It can only be accessed, but it's an incredible
I
platform.
thought you were going to do this on a Clubhouse.
I was going to,
Guy.
but we were supposed to do
I got
it last
the worst
time.
experience. All the other guests on this show, man, let me know how it feels. I didn't get an intro. I didn't get a green room. There were no
From
cookies.
a young child, he went to Trinidad. But look,
Yeah, but Clubhouse is amazing.
it is, and you've definitely been a breath of fresh air. And look, I think this was a lot of fun, Miguel, having you on the show. Okay, and I want to do this again. Would you be open
Yeah,
to
I'd
that?
be down to do it again because we did have a lot of fun, but we talked about COVID.
I know, but you know what? It's an intro to your voice.
We're COVIDians. That's I'm a COVIDian.
What's that from again?
Wizard
Oh,
of Oz.
yeah.
Yeah. So look, 100% enjoyed this time. Look, it's context. It's great to be able to discuss these things. And what we're going to be doing very shortly is we're going to have a fourth seat in here and bringing in someone else. And I think it'll be really good to do. I think we actually had a nice lineup of guests.
Like what? Like double guests?
Yeah, we actually have had 4 before on the show. We've had 4 people in the show before.
like 2 guests.
No. 2 guests. Yeah, so it'd be like a third, which would be like someone like yourself, like guest,
Yes.
a guest host or whatever.
Oh, a
And
guest host.
Yeah, and then an actual client. Yeah.
Guest.
Yeah. So to me, we've done that before, but because when we were originally supposed to do this, we had some guests lined up, but obviously, COVID took them away, and they ended up on your show. Which, by the way, Which, by the way, the name of your show.
Are you serious?
Yeah. What's the name of your
Who?
show? Maestro.
You had Maestro lined up?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny because
Competition.
I guess we stopped because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Miguel kept flying around.
Yeah.
Okay.
But listen,
Miguel Anthony live.
Thank
Miguel
you.
Anthony Live, yes, the name of the show. And by the way, have you put a pause on it because of COVID and the same thing?
Yes, because I didn't want to do anything online like everybody who became a host.
This is
or
what I'll
an
say.
Interviewer.
I'm gonna say this.
Everyone did it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Let's do a backwards introduction right now. From
Okay.
anyone who doesn't know Miguel Anthony, we grew up with him. Brother, known this guy for a long time. I'd say this: anything that you see that he has on social media that he's doing, he's just scratching the surface. So you've just been like, he's been touching a lot of things, and I think you're just coming into your element. That whatever you're doing, you're gonna start. You're gonna start making some major waves. If anything, he shied away from taking. I guess. What's the word? Maybe taking the wheel, so to say, to make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell him, like, look, man, when you're in the room, lead, just because, you definitely you're where you need to be to make some major things happen. So
Yeah. Like I'm doing like this year for me. Like I'm like, it's time to shine.
Yeah.
So I'm been doing like a lot of behind the scene. That's my dilemma.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my. I know you want to.
Yeah.
We have a meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say this. This is my dilemma. My dilemma is I love 2 things. Here's the 2 things I love. I love, you said you like helping people.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I love making things happen for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I genuinely love it.
Yes.
And I'm presented with opportunities to do it all the time. Okay? And I love that. But then it takes away from like
You.
making things happen for me.
Right.
As I gotta be careful, because when I make things happen for other people, I'm making things happen for me, because I have a name in the industry as that guy.
Yeah.
As his A&R,
Like a
executive
connector.
producer,
Yeah.
connector,
Yeah.
whatever title you want to put on it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even want to put a title. There is a title for it. I don't want to put. You know what my title is? Is Miguel. That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Right? For those who needs to know.
Yes.
They know who to call when.
Right.
That's kind of like my thing. Right.
Right.
So it is making things happen for me in that element.
Yes.
But I'm a front man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't make things happen for me that way. But I'm dealing with a guy right now that's helping me with that. To just like balance the two. And
That's
Yeah, it's
good,
good.
man.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good.
because like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
Well, look, man.
because if you're only dishing out, you don't have your own dish to eat from, right? So
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because I want to create my own content.
No,
and
it's
all that
good,
stuff,
man.
too.
Yeah.
Well, look, you've been you've been a breath of fresh air, and with that, we gotta cut. Thank you very much, bro, for coming on, and we're gonna have you right back on. Trust me, when you get back from Miami, when you come back with COVID again. All right,
This guy.
all right.
Stop capping, man. Stop capping.
Stop capping. All right, bro. Thanks, man.
All right.
Peace.
It's a pleasure, dude.
Make sure to drop by next week. And don't forget to subscribe.
Let's go!
It's time to give a shout out to our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by Sentinel Security Plus. For all your premium security needs, visit SentinelSecurityPlus.com.
And The Substance Group for all your integrated marketing solutions. Visit TheSubstanceGroup.com.